If you want to succeed, you need to set goals. Without them, you lack focus and direction. We all struggle sometimes to achieve our plans. And it's not that we lack the effort, but our goals are not structured efficiently. To accomplish your objective, you need to know how to set it up properly. There is a goal-setting method called SMART which helps you set goals wiser and transform your dreams into concrete goals instead of being faraway fantasies. SMART is a quick way to remember what makes a great goal and gives you an effective framework for achieving your desired outcome. Here's what you need to know about the acronym. Let's get started. S stands for specific. We all have plenty of dreams and goals, but most of them are all generalized and vague, and so we don't really know how to achieve them. Your goal must be clear and well defined. This often relies on answering who, what, when, and where. For example, find a better job. Ask yourself, what does better mean? It could mean a job that pays $5 more per hour or a promotion to a management position. Where will you find it? Through an online job board, LinkedIn, recruiting firm, or your own network. Make it as specific as possible so you know exactly what you're going to be focusing on. M stands for measurable. It's important to have measurable goals so that you can track your progress and stay motivated. Assessing progress helps you to stay focused, meet your deadlines, and feel the excitement of getting closer to achieving your goal. If your goal is simply defined as lose weight, how will you know when you have been successful? You need to define exactly how much weight you want to lose. A much better goal would be, I want to lose 10 pounds. This way you have something to aim for, and you can even set smaller milestones along the way. Basically, you break that big objective into other smaller objectives. So if you think that 10 pounds is too much, you should break it down into manageable pieces. First aim for 3 pounds, then another 3, all the way up to 10. It's the progress that keeps us motivated, so if you don't have a way to measure it, you will fail with your ambition. A stands for attainable. Make sure that it's possible to achieve the dreams you set for yourself. When creating goals, set yourself up for success by being realistic. Ask yourself if the goal you're striving for is reasonable and attainable given your current circumstances. There's nothing wrong with shooting for the stars, as you might end up at the moon. However, unless you want to burn out, it's much more efficient to take small steps. For example, making $1 million by the end of the month is impossible if you can't even pay your bills. A much more attainable goal would be making extra $100 by the end of the month. Once you've achieved that, you can then go a step further and try making extra $200. R stands for relevant. This step is about ensuring that your goal matters to you and that it also aligns with other relevant goals. We all need support and assistance in achieving our goals, but it's important to retain control over them. So, make sure that your plans drive everyone forward, but that you're still responsible for achieving your own goal. So if you look at my example, I wanted to learn Spanish because I loved the way it sounded. However, I realized that learning the language would be completely useless for me. I barely know anyone that speaks Spanish and I don't really need to use it anywhere. So I stopped learning it as it was taking too much of my time while I was getting nothing out of it. Becoming fluent in Spanish would be nice, but it is currently not really relevant to my overall life plan. So ask yourself why you want to achieve your goal before you commit to it. T stands for time-bound. Establishing a deadline for your goal adds accountability. Without an established end, there's no clear cue to begin working toward your goal. Setting time-based parameters is also a good metric to help measure your success. Think of your time in school. You had a whole month to write an essay, and yet it was done in the last 2 days. It's because the deadline was right around the corner, so you had no choice but to do it. So whenever you set a goal, keep a time limit in mind as it will push you to actually work on it. Now you know how to set SMART goals. But there's one last thing. Also, remember that it takes about 3 months for your new habits to become part of your lifestyle. If you are having trouble in the beginning making these habits part of your lifestyle, tell yourself to stick it out. Many people fizzle out around the 6-week mark, so if you find yourself losing motivation, set mini goals with small rewards to keep yourself on track. Lastly, plan for stumbling blocks or setbacks. Just because you get off track or lose focus doesn't mean you give up. Infuse into your goal-setting plan a process or means of getting back on track. Part of the planning involves thinking about what might get you off track and planning ahead for these events. Doing so will only increase your ability to achieve your goals. Thanks for watching. Do you have any dreams or goals that you're currently working on? Let me know what you're working towards in the comments below.